Welcome to the Mind of Basketball Podcast, also known as the M.O.B Podcast, episode 57. I'm Evan.
And I'm Ja.
And it's our basketball podcast where we recap, break down, and analyze players and teams from the previous games from the previous day. How are you this Sunday afternoon, Ja?
All I gotta say is, you know where I'm still at, baby. You know where I'm still at, Evan. You know where I'm at. That's all I gotta say.
This man just had to hit in the bathroom. Now he came out. So, yeah, I know where you at. I know where you at. Can't do much.
Oh, I swear, I hate you. Now you did that to me. You did that to me. You got that. You got that.
I know. I hope everyone's having a good day. I hope everyone will have a good day. It's the last day of the weekend, so enjoy while it lasts. I hope you have enjoyed this weekend so far. As well, you have, apparently. I have as well. And I also enjoyed the basketball games from last night. So let's get into it. Only a few, but they were really entertaining. So starting with the, of course, game of the night that everybody was looking for, rematch of the finals, the Miami Heat and the Los Angeles Lakers. And the Heat got off to a early start, getting buckets, as we all know from the Heat to get. Jimmy Butler and Bam, definitely Bam. I mean, he really had it going throughout the entire night, taking advantage of, Anthony Davis. So, I mean, it was just easy pickings for him.
Yes, it was.
Kendrick Nunn also had a great night for them. 27 finishing the game. The Lake, I was about to say Clippers. Wow. Sorry, Magic. The Lakers, of course, LeBron, but he needed a lot of scoring help. And that stepped in Kyle Kuzma. He really stepped up for the Lakers. Big time for them in the point production, getting big rebounds. He's been become a really good rebounder for the Lakers.
Yes.
And what was you gonna say?
No, go on. Sorry.
Okay. And like I said, he helped fill that void for the Lakers, and they got back into the game in that third quarter, even took the lead. But then the fourth quarter hit, and they found themselves down early in that fourth quarter, and they had to fight back again. And they got really close multiple times where they're down by one possession, but with the defense on LeBron had to keep passing the ball, and the Lakers had open looks. Kuzma had many open looks. Matthews had a good look. They missed, but in the end, it was a clutch steal by LeBron from a pass to Jimmy Butler, and the Lakers had a chance to either take the lead or tie the game, send it into overtime because they were down by 2. And LeBron, once again, double teamed, had to give it up. Caruso had a good look in the wing, in the corner, but he ended up missing. And as a result, Miami Heat won this finals rematch. So, your thoughts?
Yeah, this is a really good game. It looked like it was going to kind of be a blowout from the beginning, but then thank God that both teams picked up the intensity. Of course, well, the Lakers picked up the intensity and was able to to make a run, in which, just like what you said, at one point they did have the lead. Great contributions from, of course, Nunn, Bam. Obviously, when you don't have somebody like Anthony Davis who's the anchor for the Lakers, you got to take advantage of that kind of defense. And Nunn just had it going. We know the talent that Kendrick Nunn is. It's just that he's coming off the bench doing it now because he's been up and down, of course.
Well,
personal reasons and things.
They started him for this game.
Yes, they did, and he shined. He shined for sure. Jimmy Butler does what he does, of course, and everything else. And but on the Lakers side, just like what you said, scoring load needs some help, and it just can't always be Braun. As legendary as he is, he can't always put the burden let me not say that because he can always do that. But like it's just like there's certain good teams that could limit that, like the Heat, and as a result, Kuzma stepped in, and Kuzma is finally embracing that role. Again, I don't want him to get complacent because he has way more potential than what it is. But he's on a championship team, so he has to embrace this role, and I like what he's doing. And as a result, you see what he's doing. He was scoring, he was being aggressive, getting rebounds, playing defense. He was just doing all of the nine in order to try to find a way to help this Lakers team get a W. But unfortunately, even though it was a good job, good pass by Braun, unfortunately Caruso, like just missed the shot, and that's how it was with the whole night a little bit too. There was times where I felt like they kind of just tied the game instead of going for it, but yet whatever's the right play to them is the right play. But the Heat got the win.
Well, that's just credit to the Miami Heat's defense. They really did not want LeBron to get anything, and he struggled a lot offensively, in terms of the scoring load. And as a result, I mean, LeBron, you know how unselfish LeBron is, and he's going to make the right play in terms of the right basketball play. If he's getting double teamed, or if he's not having good looks, he's going to pass an open man. It's just that the Lakers at times couldn't hit when they had good looks, especially late when they needed those big shots. They couldn't really hit those. And
you got a point. Mm-hmm.
And credit to the Heat was basically just, everybody else can beat us. You not beating us though.
They basically did the whole game with what the Magic did to Curry in those final seconds of the possession. just focus on the attention. But yeah, you got to respect it. At the end of the day, of course, when you're a big time star, a legendary player, wanting to go to the game like LeBron James, of course you're going to command that amount of attention because you know the impact you could have single-handedly on the game. So it was a good job making other people beat you.
Yep. Good little gutsy, gritty little game between this two finals teams in this rematch. But in the end, it was the Miami Heat taking the W. Also, quick update: Tyler Hero got injured in that game, had to leave. Hopefully, he's fine. He's a bright young kid in Miami, and he has a lot of potential, and they need him. They need him to help get back in that playoff run. But as I said before, what?
Get better soon, ESPN Larry Bird.
As I said before, a good win by this Miami Heat team in this finals rematch. But all right.
Just kidding, by the way.
Okay, MJ. There was a lot of other games. Well, actually, no, there was a lot of other games. There's only 4 other games around the league, but no other primetime game. All 4 had something interesting going about it, so I'll let you go. Anything that you want to talk about first? Anything that you would like to go
over? Let's just start off with the beginning one. The Hornets versus the Warriors. That was a good battle from start to finish to the end.
Curry.
Yeah, Curry. Let's just hope that it's nothing crazy or anything.
Curry, for anyone who didn't know, seemed like he was ready to go at tip off. But then right before it, I guess he calls the doctor over. He says he feels ill, and I guess he just didn't feel like he was able to play. I don't know what was going on, and as a result, he didn't play. It was a kind of weird situation. Not really seeing a lot of that in the NBA ever, where like stuff like that just happens. But he was taken out of the building, headed to the back, and he did not play for the game. So hopefully he's good. Hopefully it's nothing serious. Because the Warriors need him more than anybody right now. They are fighting, holding on to those final spots in the playoffs. Of course, they miss Wiseman desperately. Well, not desperately, but they miss him. And he's been out, and they can't lose Curry.
Exactly.
Despite that.
Yep. Just like how we put it. Despite that, this was a great battle once again. The Hornets came out on fire in the beginning, for all cylinders. But then, of course, there's always going to be fight in this Warriors team no matter what. Because, they got it on both ends. They probably not the team that they were of past times, but they're still a great team on both ends of the floor when they want to be. And you saw it. Kelly Oubre, great game. Pascal, great game. Wiggins, showing the potential that we wish he showed in the past, but in which he did. But yeah, that's the story for another time. But yeah, great game from him. But also, again, that Hornets team, just a lot of energy, especially on the offensive end. And Terry Rozier.
Scary Teddy.
Scary Terry. But we're going to get back to him. We're going to get back to him quick. Hornets had a big lead in the first quarter. Then the Warriors fought back. And then from that point, fought back in the second quarter. And then the third quarter, it was just a back and forth exchange. And then down the stretch, it was also back and forth exchange. Kelly Oubre, I believe he hit a big shot from pass from Wig. Oh wait, that's getting to the end though. Oh well, Kelly Oubre Kelly Oubre got the pass from Andrew Wiggins, hit a big shot in the corner, and then it was basically like a fight for the ball. The next two possessions, in which one resulted in the jump ball, and then the other one also got caught up with Draymond Green and Gordon Hayward going after the ball, and the rest called a time. The rest saw how
for the Hornets.
For the Hornets, and as a result, Draymond Green, being the emotional leader that he is, got his team into a deep hole in which, they called a technical foul, and as a result,
and he got ejected
from the game.
Yep,
got ejected from the game, and that set up a big play for Mr. Scary Terry, as catches the ball, he goes right to the left wing, in and out, step back, right in the corner, three, bang. And it was game over from right there, and the Hornets took it from the Warriors. After a long fought game.
Yep, but that wasn't the only bucket that Terry Rozier was hitting throughout that night. He had it going from the beginning.
Yeah,
he was knocking down shots. He was creating space. The Warriors really had no answer for him. Definitely late in those final few minutes, he was just on fire from three. I mean, he could not miss. He could not miss. And then as a result, he was on fire, and they rolled that momentum off of him, gave him the ball in a tie game situation, let him cook, hit that left wing jumper, like you said, buzzer beater.
Yep.
And helped the Warriors win this game.
Yeah, and it's crazy because you had a feeling it was like a foreshadow, but earlier in the game, he also hit like a half-court buzzer beater.
Yes.
That's when you do it. It was like something special was going to happen with him that night.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, what a great performance by Terry Rozier, knocking down the buzzer-beating jump shot to elevate the Hornets over the Warriors and win by 2. And I believe that is Terry Rozier's 4th straight 30-point game.
Yes.
So, yeah, really thriving in Charlotte. So, yeah. Good win by this Hornets team and good fight by the Warriors despite having the absence of Stephen Curry.
So another game also I would like to talk about is, of course, two of the top young teams on the rise right now, Bulls versus Kings. I'm going to keep this brief and quick.
Rise. We'll get back to that, but keep going.
Well, yes. The Bulls had basically the lead for majority of the game. Just the majority of the game, it just looked like they came out firing from the beginning. And they looked like they was never going to let up. And don't get me wrong, as the game came down to the closing moments, of course, within the third quarter and the fourth quarter, of course, the Kings did make a run to try to keep it at arm's length, in which they had an opportunity to take the game, but then of course my player to look out for, and the closer of the Chicago Bulls, Zach LaVine, came up big time. You know what I mean? He came up big time, hit shot after shot, and he also made a dagger 3 in the corner, or I think a long
jump shot.
I don't know if it was, dagger jump shot, a long 2-point in order to ace the game from that point. And as a result, I believe they took it. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it was 120 to 114.
122 to 114.
Yep.
Yep. And speaking of straight games with 30 points, Zach LaVine also 4 straight games with 30 points, and he's been dropping 30 throughout the entire season, and he's been dropping
Yeah,
bombs throughout the entire season. Making his case just each passing game as to why he should be an all-star.
yeah. They won't probably make it because, like, these coaches are slow. But hey,
Hopefully he makes it. I really do think he has a strong enough case. I think it'll be really a travesty if he doesn't make it.
yeah,
Yeah, good win by this Bulls team, and I jokingly said on the rise because the Kings have really been struggling. This was their 6th straight loss.
yeah,
I don't know what's going on with them. They don't. I feel like they always crumble. Every time they're in a close game, they crumble late.
hmm
It's hard for them to get back when they are down with leads.
yeah,
I feel like there's too many inconsistent players on the team. I feel like every time I watch the Kings, it's only 2 players constantly showing up for them, possibly 3: De'Aaron, Tyrese, and Rashawn Holmes.
Rashawn Holmes, yeah. Buddy Hill has most definitely been. He has had a down year, to be honest. But people won't talk about that. To be
Mm,
honest, he hasn't been playing up to the high expectation.
Marvin Bagley, has been inconsistent and underperforming sometimes, even though he had a great game last night.
Hmm
But it's just like you can't be consistent. The Kings,
Yeah,
you don't know what you're getting from them in the worst way.
yeah, exactly. And yeah, you can't give them no excuses. Before we would give them excuses, but there's no excuses now. It's either, for me, it's going to get to a point. I remember hearing somebody say when talking about them, like, they're a young team, but like you can only stay young for so long. You could really only stay young for so long. So when is this going to all become what we know it could become, which is a playoff team?
Yeah, I feel like we've been saying it's a young team for the past decade.
Exactly.
So like, come on, like something has to change. Something has to
Yeah.
change. All right. Uh, it's the game that I want to speak about happened to be a game in Portland between the Washington Wizards and the Portland Trailblazers. Russell Westbrook, Damian Lillard. We all know the rivalry and the story between them.
Yeah.
A little bit on basketball, rivalry. And this was a really good game. Russell Westbrook came out with the aggression and the passion that we love to see him playing with. Finished with 27 points in the game. I love every time that Russell finishes over 25 because I feel like that's when you know that he's really at his best when he has
Yep.
over 25. Playing with that aggression, always attacking the basket. I don't like to see him settle. I don't like to see him um be conservative and pass the ball too much. We all know
Yeah.
he's a great passer. We all know he can get his team involved. But Russell Westbrook at his best, and when the Wizards can win, is when he's being aggressive.
Yep.
Like
Exactly.
that gives him the best chance to win. But like I said, this was a competitive, good game. Damian Lillard really had it going throughout the
hmm
entire throughout the entire game. 35 and 12 assists. I feel like he's making plays a lot, not just with his scoring. And I feel like people aren't really talking about that he's been also passing the ball more, passing the ball well. I feel like he stepped up with that because without the scoring um needed from Nurkic and
And CJ.
CJ, we all know Damian Lillard can score. Like so instead of him just, averaging like 50 a game, he's saying, you know what, I'm gonna try to get my 30, but also get my team involved.
Yeah.
Because every time the Blazers play, it's always going to be a high scoring game because their defense sucks.
Exactly.
So I feel like he's done a great job with his passing,
Yeah.
especially in the past like couple weeks.
Well, he
Um,
got lucky tonight though, because both teams don't know how to play defense. So it's just like it don't make it no better.
yeah, that's true. Kerry Trent hit shots. Robert Covington and his cancer was big time, especially on the boards, and he's been big time on the boards throughout his entire career. It seems like he's a double machine every place he
Yeah.
goes. But the Wizards really was really competitive in this game. They played with heart. Bradley Beal, 37, of course, all-star starter for a reason. What else can you say about that man? Offensive monster, offensive beast. And then fast forwarding to that fourth quarter, just back and forth. It was like a little offensive chess match to see who can get the lead, maintain it, and grow on it.
Yep, and then the Wizards just went on that small run to end the game. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was the Wizards stepping up late in that game, beating the Blazers, ending their winning streak, and extending the Wizards' winning streak. Wizards on a 4-game winning streak. They have been. Sorry
go on. I'm
to
sorry.
interrupt you, but
Go on.
They have been playing. They have been playing the way that we expected them to play in the start of the season.
Yeah.
That's how they're playing now.
Okay,
What you gonna say?
Go on. I keep interrupting you. Go on. Sorry. Finish.
Well, yeah, it must be hard when you're talking in the bathroom. But I feel like that he's back in the bathroom, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I have to take a number 2, you know what I mean? I have to take a number 2.
Yeah, you are full of that. But I feel like the Wizards are finally like getting into their groove, getting into their rhythm. Still need to touch it up on the defensive side, but I feel like they have been getting better defensively, especially down the stretch, for the exception of that Nuggets game where they couldn't guard Jamal Murray. But not many people can guard Jamal Murray when he's on fire. Yeah. But the exception to that game, I feel like they really stepped it up when they needed to. And if they can build that kind of bend but don't break defense, I feel like that can really fit them.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because they can't just flip a switch like that on defense.
Yeah, exactly. Just to keep it quick and simple, it's about time. It's about time. And like, this is one thing you notice about a lot of teams throughout seasons when they play in the NBA. Like, teams that have struggled, but good teams like them, they usually start to pick up momentum as you get close to the All-Star break. Because when you get close to the All-Star break, then after the All-Star break, that's when they are in full, mode of just go somewhere with it. And I think that's what the Wizards are doing. Now they got their momentum. It's about to be close to the All-Star break. And now let's see what they could do after the All-Star break.
Yep. Great win by this Wizards team. Like I said, currently on a 4-game winning streak. We'll see where that can take them. But all right. Other game that happened, the Suns and Grizzlies. Not much happened in this game. The Suns really took control of it from the beginning and rolled that way to the end. But quick note about this game was that Chris Paul did pass Oscar Robertson for 6th on the all-time assist list. Just another milestone, another accomplishment, another achievement in the amazing career of Chris Paul. Pure point guard, a point god, as many people like to call him. And I feel like he's like one of the only in the league of that.
He is one of the only in the league.
Yeah.
outside Alonzo Ball.
Yeah, a lot of scoring point guards, and Chris Paul is really that. I can get mine whenever I want, but I'm gonna make you get yours.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's done that throughout his entire career, and he's helped build players. He's helped improve careers, help players get money.
Yep.
So
has been the main reason why most teams even make the playoffs as the best player at 6 feet.
Yeah. So yeah, just shout out to Chris Paul, of course, passing Oscar Robertson on the all-time scoring list. All-star assist list.
Yep, point guard for life.
Yep. And some news around the league. Just one thing, but some, I guess, unfortunate news. Seems to be that the Houston Rockets and DeMarcus Cousins are parting ways. I guess they just couldn't get on the same level. I guess DeMarcus wanted to venture out somewhere. That's really unfortunate because I feel like Marcus Cousins, I feel like he could
go through a lot.
Yeah, he's been going through a lot. I feel like he could have got more of a stride in Houston. I feel he had some good games in Houston. So I didn't think that he would leave until after the season. I thought he would stay there.
Exactly.
Also, him and John Wall, Kentucky connection or whatever.
Yeah.
But
oh man, they should have linked up before the injuries, but too much pride and both at the rise at the same time. I can understand why, but yeah, I thought things would work out for him in Houston, but yeah, sometimes you could be wrong. So
yeah, well, where do you think he should go?
The thing is, I don't know. I would say a playoff contending team, but he probably won't get that much playing time. I say that he should go to a young team where he could be a veteran presence, but he's hot headed, so I don't know what kind of mentoring. Let me not say that, but outside of that, I think he should just take some time off. In my opinion, I know it's stupid because he's not an injury, but it's just like I just think he needs to take some time off. Just continue to work on his body a little bit more and stuff, and just hope and pray that the right opportunities come. Because it's just when you go through the situation that he is, the NBA is a business. They're going to let go of you. They're not going to really care about you regardless, to be honest. So it's just that's my opinion.
So you don't think he should just chill out for the rest of the season?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's what I think. Chill out for the rest of the season, venture out, do some different things pertaining basketball and stuff, but don't focus on an NBA team right now. That's my opinion, though.
Yeah, I can see that. I can't be upset at that take. Yeah, he's been through a lot. I feel like he's just gonna keep bouncing around and not getting enough playing time or whatever. But I feel like he can bring something to a team, to a championship contending team.
Yes, he's still one of the most skilled big men in the game. So believe it or not, even though he has been through a lot of injuries.
What about Los Angeles, the Clippers?
The Clippers? Yeah, they could use somebody like him actually down low. Him, Zubac, Serge Ibaka. Yeah, they could use somebody like him for sure.
I think he helped the Clippers. I think a really benefit the Clippers.
Mm-hmm. Especially with their offensive flow. Yeah, hell yeah, for sure.
That's all right. Yeah, but it's unfortunate with DeMarcus Cousins and his career and all that, and the trajectory that happened, everything that happened after the injury. It has been looking good.
Yeah, exactly. It's been tough. It's been just real tough.
Yeah, but hopefully he can get through it, and hopefully maybe a team can sign him, and he can do well in that team and help them, do something, make some noise.
Yeah. Look, man. I hope he follows his heart. That's all I can really say at this point. I hope he follows his heart.
Yep. All right, now it is prediction time for tonight's set of games. Pretty good lineup in terms of the amount of games. So let's get into it. First, starting off with the afternoon game taking place in a few hours. It is our primetime game, 3:30, featuring the Boston Celtics up against the New Orleans Pelicans. Who you got?
Celtics.
The Celtics as well. Next, fast forwarding to the nighttime, the Thunder or the Cavs?
Cavs.
Thunder. The Pistons or the Magic?
Magic.
Pistons. The 76ers or the Raptors?
Sixers.
Sixers. The Timberwolves or the Knicks?
T-Wolves.
I'm actually going to go with you on it as well. I got the T-Wolves. I got to be unbiased. The Nuggets or the Hawks? Nuggets. The second and last primetime game of the day is the Brooklyn Nets. I don't know if KD's playing, but I think Kyrie and Harden are playing. So what else can you ask for? I mean, up against, it seems to be the fully healthy Los Angeles Clippers. Who you got?
Clippers. They need Avengers for last game. The last time they played.
That's a tough one, but I'm agree with you. Yeah, I got the Clippers. And lastly, the last game of the night, the Sacramento Kings or the Milwaukee Bucks?
Okay. I'm going to go with the Kings with this one.
Well, a 6-game losing streak and against the a team that lost 4 out of the last 5.
Yep.
But I do got the Bucks. I mean, they just got to win against Thunder. Hopefully, they can use that momentum and get a few more wins before the All-Star break. But all right, I think it's time to wrap things up. Any final thoughts, Ja?
No. Wash King.
Yep, and wash your hands in that bathroom. All right. With that being said,
I got you right now. I got you right now.
So embarrassing. So embarrassing. Nonetheless, thank you guys for watching today's pod. Make sure you tune into tomorrow's podcast. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe.
Also follow IG down in the description below.
And once again, I am Evan.
And I'm Ja.
And this is the Mind of Basketball Podcast.